What do you drive?
2019 GMC AT4 1500.
What's your monthly payment?
$860.
How much is your car payment, Cody?
$1,300.
What's your car payments?
For the Rebel, it's $11.59 a month. The Audi's $901, and the Corvette Z06 $17.53 a month.
Whatever it takes.
What do you drive? Dodge Ram. And what are your payments on that? 0.
Maybe you've noticed, but car prices are still stupid. And I hate it because of people around me wanting $10K for 20-year-old slow cars that used to be easy, fun budget builds. But the money some people pay for trucks these days is even crazier. Good news is, it's still possible to get a cheap American truck for under $5K, even with a Freedom Leak and V8, and here are 5 of the best. Let's get into it. Huge thank you to these guys for the video request. Here's my usual disclaimer. I've got plenty of extra truck mentions with each of these, and please let me know what videos you want to see. Now getting right into number 1, it's what many would say is the best of the best. The first and second gen Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras made between 98 and 07 and 07 to 2013. These have some of the best reputations for reliability, and you might think the old ones could only be worse, but really, they ain't got all them fancy sensors and gadgets and thingamadoohickey things. And there are also the KC truck models that came before these. Those had a just as good, if not better, reputation, but are older and are probably approaching the age where prices are going up. Still though, we've got those as an option. The official first Silverado gens on the GMT 800 platform are the best mix of affordability and reliability, and the second gens on the GMT 900 platform would feel like the best ride overall. You'd have to watch out for those early active fuel management systems in the second gen, but if you found one that had that turned off, it should last a long time. And with any of these, the main concern would be rust, especially if you live in a snowy winter type of place. Reliable engines and transmissions can be great, but just imagine setting off on a guy's winter trip you've been excited for months. Then all of a sudden, your rusted frame snaps, and now you and all your friends are looking at each other like, "Stand up! We must turn back!" There are plenty of engine options throughout these years, so look into typical concerns of whatever one you find before buying it, but generally, these are pretty great. Next up is the Silverado's direct competitor, the Gen 10, 11, and 12 Ford F-150s. Similar to the GMT 900s, I originally thought these 12th gens would be a little too expensive in good shape, but I found a decent amount for $5,500 just within a close distance from me, so I'm pretty confident the deals are out there. The specific Gen 10 and 11 versions I'm talking about are the ones with the 4.6-liter V8s, although the 5.4-liter V8s in the Gen 10s also have good reliability reviews. But do not get a 5.4-liter from 04 to 08, unless you like the idea of half your oil being stuck while the other half is filled with metal shards chilling in your engine like... I originally had all 5.4s ruled out, but apparently the 2-valve versions from the 10th gen F-150s are great, but the 3-valve versions after that brought all the hate to the Ford 5.4 name. It basically came down to cam phaser issues and poor designs for lubrication and spark plugs, and if you want more details on that, you can watch this seemingly skilled bearded guy spend many minutes sassily showing evidence of why they're bad.
This is the trashiest piece of crap motor I've ever seen, and you can take that to the bank.
Otherwise, though, it's a pretty similar story to the multiple older Silverado gens I mentioned, where people might have their own reasons or stories about why one gen is better than the other, but in general, they should all be reliable if they were regularly maintained, and how good of a deal you get will just be dependent on what's around you, how long you look, and how far you'll drive. Honestly, between all the gens and versions of these and the Silverados, you could probably go out and find a deal that'll do what you want, but there are other good trucks out there if you want more potential deals to compare or don't like any of these. Now, as one of those good other options for number 3, we've got the Dodge Dakotas made from 97 to 04 and 05 to 2011. The second gen starting in 97 were offered with 4.7, 5.2, and 5.9 liter V8s, and although the 4.7s made the least power and some people really don't like them for that, they seem to have the best reliability reputation overall. The second gens also seem to be what most people agree was the best looking Dakota gen. Whatever you do though, whether you're a Dodge fan or you're ever talking about trucks with anyone, do not bring up the generation that came next. Dodge's next move with these Dakotas did not go well. If you can ignore the looks or even like this generation, they did also come with reliable 4.7 liter V8s, and maybe the fact that not even a mother could love these looks could even get you some decent discounts compared to the more liked second generation. The third gens will also have a more updated interior, obviously, and I never liked that lower 4-spoke wheel design, but that could also make a newer one more worth it to you if you're just a casual trucker or just want something cheap. And if you wanted something bigger, you could watch for an 02 to 08 Dodge Ram 1500. These were also offered with 4.7 and 5.9 liter V8s along with Hemi 5.7 V8s. Supposedly the transmissions in these weren't all that great, and the 5.7s generally need a good maintenance history to be reliable in their older age. And rust sounds especially like a concern with these. I've talked a ton of times recently about the two common 5.7 liter issues lately though, and after doing your research, you might not really care so much about it, and they can be really reliable otherwise. Now is a semi-weird one. It's the 07 to 2010 Ford Explorer Sport Tracks. I'll admit, these could have been a mention with the F-150s, but I felt like they should be on their own for some reason. I'd expect most people would either love or hate these. The looks are weird from certain angles, but not so bad from others. The 4.6 liter 3-valve V8s in them though are great engines, and these are said to be pretty damn reliable overall with just typical aging car stuff to watch out for, but nothing huge. I also just talked about the regular Explorers in my cheap SUVs video, and now's probably a good time to say I know there are typical brand stereotypes. With any of these trucks on the list though, only take advice online or in person from someone who can actually explain to you whether any of the specific models or engines are reliable or unreliable. I try to only ever find accurate, unbiased info for these videos, but whether what I say is right or not, don't listen to anyone who's just going to be like, Fords or Dodges or Chevys are all junk. Now back to these. If you want a truck that doesn't feel overly big or still gives a more spacious SUV vibe, these Sport Tracks could be a great option. I think the gen before these was also half decent, but those never came with a V8, which is unfortunate. Now for more GM trucks, we've got kind of a bunch. I sort of threw together less talked about but still reliable trucks, and it's the 02 to 06 and 07 to 13 Chevy Avalanche and matching Cadillac Escalade EXT and the 09 to 2012 Chevy Colorado. These all had 5.3 liter V8s, but some had multiple versions, and the earlier Avalanches were offered with big ol' 8.1 liter V8s in the 2500s and 6 liter engine options from 07 on. As far as I've read and heard, these all basically share the reliability of other GM trucks from that time like the Silverado, Tahoes, or Suburbans, and if you want what I just decided needs to be my next vehicle, you could try to find a 2004 or 5 GMC Envoy XUV, a 4-door SUV thing with a retractable bed cover and so many moving parts I don't even know how to describe this thing. And for as potentially ugly as this thing is, I really haven't decided for myself yet, it did a retractable bed cover a million times better 20 years ago than the Cybertruck does today. And if you happen to have one and want to sell it in decent shape, let me know and I'll personally speed walk across states with copious amounts of cash filling my fanny pack and high-speed shorts. And if you have one and don't want to sell it to me,
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will take you.
For non-honorable mentions are older Tundras, which will be more expensive than their American competitors, and yeah, that's what I can think of for V8s. If you can get over not having a V8 though, other options are Rangers and Tacomas, but both of those, especially the Tacos, sell for relatively high amounts because people just like them so much. Anyway, let me know which of these is best, if you've owned one, what I missed, or what videos you want to see. As always, thank you very much for watching. It genuinely means a lot to me and I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.